Anime Vanguards, a game we all once loved and some still love to this day, has single-handedly held up its reputation to even fully reviving their dead game with a concurrent player base of only 5,000 all the way back up to a concurrent player base of over 100,000. It would be a huge understatement if I didn't say that Anime Vanguards has had the worst start to finish anime tower defense game career, as all the other games ranging from ASTD to Anime Adventures to Anime Reborn to Anime Last Stand, just out of all of them, Anime Vanguards has had the rockiest start to finish, from just having a super popular game to having a completely dead game to just coming all the way back up to 100k players, which is just crazy to keep in mind that somehow these Anime Vanguards devs just have the mental. If my game died, honestly, scrap it, but these Anime Vanguards devs, they pushed through it when their game was dead, and look at where they're at now. Their game is completely revived. But yeah, in today's video, I'm just gonna be talking about every Anime Vanguards update since release all the way up till now. It's gonna be a pretty crazy video and a long one, as you guys can see from how long the video is. It is very long. It has taken me so long to edit all this. I'm gonna leave a bunch of timestamps down for every update, the outro, the intro, everything, so you guys don't get confused along the way while watching. But yeah, if you guys do end up enjoying the video and you guys like this type of content, please comment down below if you guys want me to make more stuff like this, as it does take me days, but if you guys are willing to watch, I am all for it. I will do whatever you guys want. I'm loyal to my community. I stopped making macro videos and I just really want to make quality content for you guys. But wow, that was a lot of yap. My bad, guys. This intro has been pretty long. Please drop a like or subscribe if you guys do end up enjoying this video though. It really does help out the channel and we're trying to hit 3k. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. On September 8th, we got the full release of Anime Vanguards. This day was so hyped up. Oh my god. I remember logging into the game and everything. Bro, this game on release you can't compare this to anything else. It wasn't like AA, it wasn't like ALS, it wasn't like ASTD. It was a different type of feeling. No glaze, I swear to god. But yeah, the release, it was well awaited. It was supposed to come in the summer, but you know, unfortunately it did get delayed. It was just really good overall. It did come with a bunch of units, ranging from, let's go to Haruka Rin, all the way down to Vegeta. If we're counting all the mythics and stuff, I'll just name them out. We got Haruka Rin, so the main battle pass unit. This battle pass only had one, but going forward we did get 2 per battle pass and shiny of each unit. So yeah, we had Haruka Rin. She was the support. She's still good to this day, like really good. We got Alucard, the secret banner unit. I mean, he's still in there. He's still meta. He's a support. Personally, I don't use him, but yeah, he's still meta for a lot of people. We got Igris, our first ever legend stage unit secret, which was a pain to grind. I remember pulling my first Igris and I was screaming, jumping up and down, bro. Oh my god. And I remember my 2 friends got Monarch on him and 1 reroll each, bro. And I was so mad, but yeah. We got Igris. That was basically our those 2, him and Alucard, were our first ever secrets in the entire game of Anime Vanguards. And then the rest was Chaten. She was a really good crit unit. We got Naruto. He was alright. Obito. He was our only fire unit. He was good. Sunjin Woo was very meta. Probably like one of the best units in the entire game. Maybe the best unit, like alongside Igris, because their chemistry was just crazy back then. As you guys know, they did just get an update like to themselves. Literally, update 4.5 was just for them. So they're back in the meta. So this is like a perfect video. And then we got like 2 other ones. We got Vegeta and Sasuke. Sasuke, nobody really cared about him, I'm not gonna lie. And then Vegeta, still so good to this day. They even added a quest for him, like personally added a quest for him because of how good he was. But some other stuff we got was the 3 main story stages. So we got Planet Namek, we got Sand Village, and we got Double Dungeon. All 3 of these did have legend stages, but of course the Double Dungeon one was the only one that gave Igris. We also got a battle pass and achievements. But yeah, that basically wraps up the release of Anime Vanguard, so let's go on to update 0.5. On September 21st, we got our first ever update. If you do count this was the Demon Slayer 0.5 update. So it wasn't a full update, but it's still, I guess it could be considered an update in my opinion. But yeah, basically we got 6 new units. So starting off with our second exclusive, this was still going on with the old battle pass. So Haruka Rin was the first ever one, and then we got Rengoku, which I'll talk about in 2 seconds. So we got Rengoku, we got Katsa and Tengen. Those 2 were mythics. We got Bean, Takuroda, and Blossom. So basically It was just a mini update, you know. I think it was like 2 weeks they took for this, right? Yeah, like about 2 weeks they took for this. So for 2 weeks, 6 units, it wasn't the best, honestly. I think this was one of the worst updates they've ever done. I'm not gonna lie. If I compare it to like the most recent ones, it was pretty shit. Like, I'm not even gonna stand here. I'm not gonna sit here and just, you know, lie to your face. But yeah, it was just mid. It was also just a 0.5 update, so you can't really like really rank it. But yeah, from 0.5 it introduced raids, so our first ever raid game mode in anything. We got the new raid game mode for Spider Forest. So basically you would have to go in there, defeat what's his name, he's one of the 10 oh my god, I haven't watched Demon Slayer in so long, but he's one of like the upper moons, I think, but then he got demoted. He's like, I don't know what his name is, but he was like some little boss guy, and basically you'd go to the Spider Forest and you would need Blossom. So this introduced like some pretty unique mechanics. So basically at the end of each boss rush there would be a boss, I think on Act 4, that would snare you. And if you didn't have Blossom, which she can cleanse everything, so if you didn't have Blossom you could not unsnare your units. You would have to delete and replace them, but you wouldn't have enough money to kill the boss unless you did have a Monarch at the time, which a lot of people did not, bro, especially myself. I was down bad. I think I spent like 1,000 rerolls at the time and I didn't get a single Monarch. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We got a first ever unique, you know, raid mechanic or just like game mechanic. We also got the boss rush. So we got our first ever boss rush, which they kept doing to this day. I think we have about like what? We have the Saber one, the Sakuna one, the Egress one. I think that's about it. Did I say the Saber one? Yeah, I did. So yeah, I think we have 3. So they only did 2 new ones so far, which they're probably gonna keep adding later in the future, so it's fine. But yeah, we got the Egress event. So it was a 14-day event. They didn't announce them bringing it back ever. Everybody just thought it was limited, which I also thought it was limited, but as you guys can see, it's not. It did come back. But I mean, we get a bunch of rerolls and stuff, so it's kind of worth it. So basically you guys already know what it does, but if you don't, it was basically you just go into it. It's like a normal mode, but it had a separate map and everything. Everything was traitless. Keep in mind, if you had Monarchs and stuff, it would totally wipe it. You would just be traitless, so it was fair for everybody, and you would have to survive 30 waves, and I think every 10 wave you kill Egress and stuff. And yeah, it was really hard back then. Right now it is so easy. You guys, if you didn't play 0.5, oh my god, it was so hard to beat it. And you get commander tokens. You could use it to get trade rerolls, stat rerolls, other stuff like the Egress emote and more. We also got 2 new achievements, so I mean, I don't think you guys really care about that. We got new stage UI, we got auto ability, so we got that. We got the unit manager revamp, we got the trophy shop, we got some new emotes, and then just basically a profile overhaul, some bug fixes. And yeah, honestly, that's basically it. Nothing really else in this update. Tengen was definitely the highlight of it, I say. Rengoku was also really good. He buffed other fire units. And then Akatsuki, he was the first to introduce a mutant to status alignments, but otherwise he was pretty mid. And then Takuroda, the other farm unit, he's still really good. There's still only 2 to this day. We have Speedwagon and Takuroda, and I use him and everybody uses him. So yeah, I mean, I'd say the best people from the update were definitely Takuroda and Tengen, as Tengen was like a replacement for Egress if you didn't want to grind for that 0.75 chance. Because back then, grinding for that 0.75 chance of Egress, oh my god, it was so annoying, bro. If you guys didn't mango back then, which if you know what that is, people still mango, like a lot more people mango to this day. It is kind of bad. Every anime game has it. If you know what mango even means, I'm not gonna say the word because I don't really care about it. I don't do those videos anymore. But yeah, it was just not a good update overall in my opinion. I'm gonna be ranking these 2 now, so in total of this update it was a 0.5, so I won't be too harsh. I'll give it like a 4 out of 10. Wasn't the best. It was just not a good update for the 2 weeks and all the hype. It was just not it. But yeah, that basically wraps up update 0.5, so let's go on to update 1. On October 20th, we finally got our first ever official update, Jujutsu Kaisen 1.0 update. This update took over a month, which is, okay, like, don't even ask me, bro. I don't know what the old dev team was doing, but if you guys have been playing Anime Vanguards since the release, you'd know how bad, oh my god, you know how bad the old dev team was. They would delay. It was so bad. I'm so glad that their team, they have a whole new team and it's just so much better. But yeah, This update had 13 new units, so it was actually a pretty big update. We got Julius, the freeze unit from the battle pass. Was he the only one? Yeah, I think he was. But I think we got a second person in there, which wasn't added in this update yet, though. So I think they only went up to tier 25, and you can get Julius, and then you could also get the shiny version. And he was really meta at the time. He was really meta for tournaments, which I'll talk about in 2 seconds. He was very good slow unit and all that. We got Toji. Keep in mind, both of these were 2 new exclusives, and people were starting to ask like when trading was coming out, and this is like when they officially announced that only exclusives and limited secrets were gonna be tradable. I'm pretty sure, or like limited units. So yeah, we got Toji. He was so meta at the time. He's still really good, best shield breaker in the game. We got Gojo, of course, the GOAT. Turns into a secret, was a mythic. He's so good. Oh my god, he's still meta. Even if you have Monarch, he's still meta. We got Jogo, we got Choso, Itadori, which turns into Sukuna, but not yet in this update. We got Todo, Inumaki, Nobara, and then Nezuko. So yeah, we got 13 new units, which is not that bad for a 1.0 but update. It's pretty good. We also got 3 new leaderboard units and tournament units. So we got Legendary Broly, we got Mekamaru, and Mahito. I remember this was the first ever tournament I got first in. I got Shiny Mahito. Oh my god, he looks so sick. But yeah, the new content they added a new story mode, they added a new legend stage, so they added Shibuya Station, and then the legend stage was Shibuya Massacre, so 2 different maps. They added new unit features, or just new features in general. They added unit abilities, so like buffs and cycling and unit switching. They added elements, so every game that you guys know, every anime tower defense has elements. So they added fire, water, nature, spark, holy, curse, unbound, blast, cosmic, and passion, each of them having their own buffs and debuffs and all that and stuff. We also got new system and mechanics, so we got tournaments, so the weekly tournaments that we have today with like rotating 2 units each time, or like 1 unit each time for like the top. I think before it was the top 3, but now it's top 5, so they made it like a little bit easier. We also got the gold merchant, we got the stat index, stat transfers. They made the enemy index look nicer. They also got unit specific achievements for like Egress and all that, and like Alucard. Also got the unit inventory expansion where you could use gold and buy up to more slots. We also got new rewards, so the battle pass, the ice and fire, featuring new units. So right now I only had Julius, but later on there's like a fire guy. I don't really remember his name. I think he was in the next update though. We also got profile banners and achievements. Some new changes though. We got a level cap, so each unit could used to be 50 and now they can go to 60. We also got a new damage type, so replace physical and magical with element based damage visuals. And then here is, oh my god, the GOAT Paragon mode. Oh my god, I feel like they had Paragon mode when they released. I'm pretty sure they did. Oh yeah, okay, so they definitely did, yeah. I think this is when they reworked Paragon. Old Paragon, I don't think I talked about. Old Paragon was the most busted gem thing ever. I think I was on like floor 300 and I would get like 30k per floor. It was, oh my god, it was so bad, bro. It was so like messed up. I don't think you're supposed to ever go that high. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. But the bad thing about it was you had to pick like 300 cards before you could play, and it was so annoying. They also added leaderboards, unit evolution, like stat tiers that increase. So I think this is when, if you evolved a unit that had Z blesses, it can go all the way up to godlies, but they quickly removed that because it was way too broken. They also added challenge changes, so you can get rainbow stat chips and other stuff. And then just a bunch of improvements, bug fixes, and just everything. A bunch of balancing too. It was just really good. Honestly, it was a good update. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was bad. It was a pretty big update for a month though. For a 1.0, I mean, they could have taken a little bit less time, but honestly, it wasn't that bad of an update. It was pretty decent. We got some good units. We got a good event. Well, kind of event, I guess. I mean, we got the battle pass, and then what else did we get? We got a legend stage, and then what's it called? A story mode, and then also the exclusive quest for Toji. I think that's really it, honestly. I think that's basically everything we got in 1.0. In my opinion, not a bad update at all. Rated out of 10, I'd have to give it like maybe I'd say like, oh my god, honestly I don't even know. It was pretty good but not too good. I think I'll rate it a solid 7 out of 10. Solid, like 7 out of 10. That seems about right. But yeah, that is update 1. So let's go on to update, I think 1.1 it was. On November 9th, we got the Sukuna Boss Rush Update 1.1. Now, I'm just gonna say this was one, not if. Actually, it isn't the worst update they've added. That is coming up next, which I'm about to talk about, and I'm about to flame the living crap out of. But yeah, this update dropped November 9th. Let's see when the last one was. October 20th. For a 0.1 update, it took them over 2 weeks, which is just mind-boggling, first of all. But, you know, whatever. This is back when AV had a terrible dev team that didn't update. They were getting hated on, and they were just delaying. It was so bad. And guess how much characters they added? 2 new units. Actually, not even. They added 1 new unit. They added the tier 50 in the battle pass, Zion. That's all they added. And then they added the evolution for Itadori. So basically not even a new character. They just added Sukuna, which was the evolution. So they basically just added another exclusive, which was just the battle pass unit, which was Zion, which nobody even cares about. So yeah, there's that. We also got a new boss event. So we got another Sukuna one. The Egress one came back. So we got a rerun. So we had both of them. We had a new mount, so the panda thing. We had the whole boss shop for the Sukuna and Egress, so that one came back. And then Sukuna had a whole nother one with like emotes, trait rerolls, essence stones, and everything. We also had features like immunity for bosses with like Sukuna. He had a bunch of moves and stuff that you'd have to pick every time you killed him. Like you could take away one move, and then at the end he did like a special dash where everything couldn't be sold, and then you couldn't damage him. It was kind of cool, I guess. It was pretty unique, I guess. We also added new achievements, new infinite leaderboard rewards. There's a lot more improvements, like unit priorities and dialogue and all that, which, I mean, I don't know if you guys really care about that. There's also unit filters. That's a pretty good thing. Summon interface, which is pretty nice. We got the evolve interface, which looked a lot nicer. The feed interface, and then general improvements, balancing, and then bug fixes. So for over 2 weeks, this is all we got. Literally 1 unit, and then just a new event, and I mean that's basically it. It was just not a good update whatsoever. It was not worth the 2 weeks, over 2 weeks. Like the old AV devs, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you guys were obviously not working on the game, because how in like, I'm not even gonna, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way. How did it take them over 2 weeks to do a 0.1 update when all they added was a boss event? So it was just a reskinned Egress event and then just a new battle pass unit. It took a whole team of people 2+ weeks to do that. Tell me how that makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I don't know what you guys were doing, but I'm glad you guys got it under control now, because your game is amazing. Like, I'm just gonna hate on these old updates. I think everybody hated them. That's why the player count went down. But now that you guys are doing good updates, the player count's back up, everybody's loving the game again. I really love the game again. I think you guys are doing amazing. But yeah, this update was just not it. Update 1.1 was just terrible in my opinion. That's really all that was in it. So let's get to the rating. In my opinion, I think it's a 2 out of 10. I'm gonna be just brutally honest. I'm not even gonna glaze it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was a terrible update, and you know, the next one is even worse. I'm just gonna say now, you're gonna hear a lot of hating from me. So if you don't want to hear that, skip to the next update, which I think is update 2 or update 1.75. I don't even know. They kept just like making so much points and points and points. It just got so annoying that I don't even know what update it was. But yeah, that was update 1.1. So let's go on to update 1.5, my favorite to hate on. On November 22nd, Anime Vanguards released the most garbage update, in my opinion. This was the Donation 1.5 update, and let me just, oh my god, if you don't want to hear me trash this update, skip to the next one, bro. But oh my god, was this I hated the game. When this update dropped, I actually hated the game. So this came out on November 22nd, okay? Last update was November 9th. So keep in mind, this was a Halloween event. They did a Halloween event a month after Halloween, which is just like, bro, what's the point? Why even do a Halloween update at that point, bro? And then it took what, like 3 weeks, or like, yeah, like 2 weeks, which, like, oh my god, bro, the mode and everything. Okay, so let's get into it. 5 new units they had. They had the first ever Vanguard, Diavolo. He was so dog shit until they like recently just buffed him. He's still the worst Vanguard in my opinion, but yeah, I mean, he's a lot better now than he was before. But yeah, he was really hard to get. It was really hard to grind those essences if you didn't mango or the wisp, the blue wisp currency. There was Psycho the Granny, she was terrible. Peeweenie, he was terrible. Okarun, he was terrible. And Mimi, she was terrible. All of the characters were terrible in my opinion. All of these units, I don't think anybody actually uses them. Like Okarun, they're all almost line AoE. They were all so bad. Diavolo was like the only good unit, but he was literally a Vanguard unit, so it was so impossible to get. And he was also like mid with Monarch back then, but now that they buffed him, he is pretty good though. So I will say that. He also had a pretty broken time stop ability and stuff, so I mean he had that going for him. But some other stuff, let's actually see what they added in this update. I know a lot of people that made videos on this update actually hated it, like with their guts, including me, myself, and I, bro. Oh my god. This had to be like, I'm just gonna stop hating and I'll actually start reading what was in it. Okay, so we got the Ōcult event. The main thing that was around it, this was the Halloween event. So the Ōcult dungeon, they added a new unique thing. It was called talismans, where you could go around the map and pick them up. And if you pressed it, I think it did like around 100k damage. They were really good when you were like starting early rounds, because oh my god, you needed monarchs, or actually no, there's a card. This is when they introduced the cards, the Money Surge, the King's Burden, the No Trait, No Problem, and Warding Off Evil and Fist Cuffs. So if you didn't have Monarch, you could do King's Burden, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, that gives every unit in your thing Monarch. So there's that. But yeah, the enemies spawn with like 20k, so it was like really hard. You needed really good units, and I think it was 50 waves or something. I remember on launch, oh my god, people's FPS, like the FPS was so bad. I would have to put mine on low graphics, like 240 FPS, low everything low detail, everything off, and I would still get like 30 FPS because so much was going on. When they first released it, bro, oh my god, everybody's PC got cooked. I don't think people on mobile could even run it. I think their Roblox would crash. Yeah, it was just really bad. The Spirit was 2, if you had like a good run, it was like 5k. And Diavolo was a 1 in 25k chance to get. Keep in mind, he was so bad at the time, so it really was not worth grinding. Like, I've seen people use millions and millions. It would take them weeks to get that, and they didn't get it. Now that we got Gogeta, he is so much easier to get. It is so much easier to get the winter stuff by just doing the portals. You could do it with friends. You could also mango it, of course, which is what literally everybody does. You can go in the AFK chamber. It's just a lot better now. Diavolo was just not worth getting back then. So yeah, the event worked. You just pick cards. The more currency you get, you could either pick buffs or debuffs. Debuffs give you more currency, and then buffs just made it a lot easier. There's also the Occult shop, so you could get like, I think it was like 200 rerolls. That was really good. That was like my favorite thing. There's some new bundles, new banners. There's a skin system. They also added the first ever familiar, which was it? I think it was like the little cat, like the granny. No, not. What is it? The turbo granny cat. If you guys have watched Ddonadon, you know what I'm talking about. We also had match restarting, which was a really good addition. And then we just had a bunch of improvements, and that was it. Nothing. That was it. All of that for I think like 3 weeks. It was a month after Halloween. It was just so bad. I think, bro, their players at the time. Let me check real quick. Let's see how much players they had. Okay, on update, 70k, and literally like 4 days later, down to 19k. Oh my god. Oh my god. If that doesn't say anything, I don't know what to tell you, bro. But yeah, overall, worst update in my opinion out of all the Anime Vanguards updates. I might be going a little too harsh. I have no hate towards Ddonadon. I freaking love that anime. Oh my god, I love that anime. I watched every episode as soon as it dropped with my friend. It's nothing against the anime. It's literally just how the dev team did it, how long it took, and how just, it was so boring. It was literally so boring to grind because that's all they added. That was all there was. It was just not worth it. It was like 30 minutes per run. It was so hard. It was just not worth it overall. Like, there's nothing good in that update to even get. But yeah, time to rate it. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go for the first ever 0 out of 10. This might be a little too harsh, but I'm sorry. I literally cannot give it a 1. Like, it was just so bad. But yeah, that's update 1.5. On to update 1.75. On December 8th, we got the Steel Ball Run 1.75 update. This was a JoJo update, and I'm just gonna say this, honestly, wasn't that bad, wasn't the best. It was kind of like in the middle. It was like a mid update. Honestly, it wasn't terrible. I'll give it that. It wasn't terrible. So this update came with 4 new units. We got Diago, Valentine, Johnny, and Gyro. So you got like 3 mythics, and then we got an exclusive. And at the time, Diago was really OP, But now that a lot of other units released, his time stop isn't the best. I mean, he's still good, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure he's also going to be limited. I think you can still get him. But yeah, he was really good at the time, especially with Monarch. He's a pretty good support. Valentine, oh my god, don't get me started on his quest. It took me like 2 days to do it. I got him shiny, I got him ethereal, and then he was not even good, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, with this update, we got a new raid. We got the Steel Ball Run raid. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that. Worst raid ever. There was these certain enemies, I don't know what they were called, but oh my god, they could not die. I think you needed like Toji or something. I don't know what they were called. They had a certain name because there's stages in the game that have different types of enemies that have like certain like traits, I guess you'd say. And they had like a really like, they had a bunch of armor, I think it was. I don't know what they were called. If you guys go to the stage, there will be like a symbol above them, and they like took no damage. I'm pretty sure Toji was really good for that raid for some reason. I think because he penetrated or something. I'm honestly, I'm not really sure. All I know is he was just really good for it. But yeah, we got that. We got a new raid with raid shop, or yeah, raid shop. If I didn't already say that. We got some rerolls in that. We got some essence stones. We got the evolve items. So just like the old raid shop from, what was it, update 0.5, the Demon Slayer one. So we got that. We also got the ability selector on the left of your screen, so that was pretty cool. Console support we got, so they got a lot more players. We also got the new unit quest for Valentine, which I just talked about, which was terrible. Never again. We got a raid rework, so everything had 5 acts. Act 5, you could only do it 5 times a day. And that was the one that gave you Diago. I don't know if they reverted it, so you could just do it as much times as you want. But, I mean, Diago's not that good, so I don't even recommend going for him if you're watching this and you just are starting the game. They also increased the raid currency for I think both raids, and then just a bunch of improvements with like the health bar effects, unit placement indicators, unit DPS. They added that on the upgrade interface so you can see your unit's DPS, which is amazing. I love games that have unit DPS because it's just such a nice addition, and it's just very like, it's so nice to see your unit doing like a bunch of DPS. It just like makes you feel so strong, bro. And then yeah, nothing really else. It was just a bunch of improvements, bug fixes, and then yeah, I mean, overall, I didn't play too much of it. I kind of grinded just for the Valentine, got Diago, and then hopped off. Johnny and Gyro weren't really good, so they're not really an honorable mention. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. Wasn't a bad update, wasn't like a really good update though, so it's just like kind of in the middle. But yeah, that is update 1.75. So on to update number 2. On December 24th, we got the Fate 2.0 update, and this is where everything went down. Let me just say now. Okay, so I'm just going to read out all the new content, and I'm going to give a little bit of backstory and my thoughts on it. But yeah, some additions. We got a bunch of new content. Honestly, I'm so surprised that I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm so surprised what happened this update. So new content, we got a new story mode, we got a new legend stage, and 7 new units. So we got Gilgamesh. He was an exclusive. He's still in the game. I'm pretty sure you can get him, but he is leaving. He is very meta, very good ability, very good passives. He's just very meta overall. I recommend getting him before he leaves. There's also Chuchulin, or Lancer, which is literally my favorite bleed, or like stopping bleed. I think he's better than Alucard personally. Even though I've had Alucard, I still think Lancer is way better. There's also Ishtar, so she is one of the first limited mythics. Is she the first limited mythic, I think? I'm not really sure. She's a buff, so I think she buffs like all the Fate units and then some other people. I'm not really sure if she does. Archer, he was alright. Saber, oh my gosh, she's so good. I got my Monarch Saber in one reroll. Saber is so good. Holy, I love Saber. Medea and Medusa, nobody cares about them. So yeah, we got 7 new units. We got 6 mythics, 1 exclusive, pretty good. We also were introduced a new game mode, so World Lines. This is still in the game right now. It keeps every 0.5 update, it does reset, and there's a new unit. So the first one was Subaru, second was Azeth, and right now we have Freerin. So it's going pretty good so far. I really like it. You can get a bunch of stuff from it. So basically what it is there's 50 floors with increasing loot. You can get gems, essence stones, gold, and of course the best rerolls. And then also on the 50th floor you do get the unit. I think before when it did come out it was like a little bit underwhelming, but they did buff it a lot and you get a lot more rerolls now. And also I think it's like I don't know if it's easier. It's actually pretty, it's like end game content, I'm not gonna lie. So if you don't have good units, you can't really do it. And also some things you need unbound units to do, like the infinite Tsukuyomi stages is very complicated. So if you're getting to the game, I'd just not listen to this at all and then just keep going on. Yeah, we also got the infinite convergence. So after the 50th thing, you can keep going on for the leaderboard for the shiny version. We also got a new weather system. So I think that was for also world lands. We got new items, so craftables. We got the super lucky potion, so you don't have to spend robux, you can actually craft that, which I do all the time. We got a bunch of other stuff for the evolutions, of course. We got a reworked maps, so they reworked Planet Namek. I miss the old Planet Namek, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the new one, but I really do miss the old one. We also got the command seal shop, not worth it. You literally get 20 rerolls, and it takes so much command seals. Got the legacy event shop. Still don't know why this is in the game. Literally useless because all the boss events come back. So you're like, the legacy shop is supposed to be for items that are going to be limited, but you can literally get the Eager's chair emote and the Sakuna thing. Actually, is it the Sakuna thing? I don't actually, what is it? I think it's the Saber thing, the Berserk emote or so. I don't know what it is, but basically it's literally just useless because you could just go and buy the stuff. Yeah, legacy coins, I have like 2,000. I haven't spent any. There's just no point. We also got some new features. So Essence Stones dismantling. We got unit normalizing, so you get 5 rerolls per that. We got new level milestones, so up to 150, which is what it is right now. Wow, that was a long time ago. We're on update 4.5 and it's still 150. We also got new achievements, new bundles, weekend boosts, so 2x and 2x challenge rewards, which I love that. Oh my god, getting 4 rerolls is so nice. We also got infinite quests, quick place units by holding shift, and then just a bunch of balancing, and then improvements, and then bug fixes. So overall, not even a bad update. I'm gonna rate this early, so because I want to talk more on it. So I'm gonna rate it honestly like a 7 out of 10, or like a 7.5. Maybe I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was a good update. Introduced word lines, had a bunch of units, did a bunch of improvements, a bunch of quality of life. But the thing is, this is why I want to talk about this, is because this update was when they were at their lowest. They were at their lowest. So this came out on, let's see, December 24th. So December 24th, they had 17k players. Going forward, it kept going down and down. 10k, 8k, 9k, 6k, 5k. Oh my god, yeah. Let's just say this update was where their game died. Just keep in mind, when they released, they had 300,000 players, and going all the way down to 50,000, not even 5,000 is, well, that's just like very demotivating. And I'm very surprised that these, old developers actually stayed. Honestly, like, their mentality, shout out to them, shout out to 5Sef and all the old dev team. Yeah, shout out to them, bro. Oh my god, their mentality is very strong. The fact that they saw their game go from 300,000 people all the way to 5,000. They also did remove a lot of bot accounts, but still, like, that's very demotivating for all your hard work. It took them years and stuff. It's just like, come on. I mean, at least they're back up to 100k. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just very surprised that they stayed in that long. Never give up on your dreams, guys. That is, that's a big thing. I'm not giving up on my dreams. I'm gonna keep uploading. Even if this video flops, I'm gonna keep uploading. If you guys have gotten this far and you guys are enjoying so far, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 3k subs, and it would mean the world to me if you guys could subscribe. It also takes like 2 seconds, and yeah, it's been taking me days to make this video, bro. So please and thank you. It would mean the world if you guys could subscribe. But yeah, basically that wraps up everything from update 2, so let's go on to update 3. On January 19th, we might have gotten my favorite ever update that Anime Vanguards has ever added. Oh my god, this segment is gonna be so long because I'm gonna be glazing the living, soul out of this update. Oh my god. Okay, so let's just start off already. I don't want to yap too much. So yeah, update 3.0 winter update. Oh my god. So this is basically the Christmas update. This did come in January though, because if you guys have been playing Anime Vanguards, they keep delaying and they don't actually put their seasonal events on the season, because as you guys saw, 1.5 was a Halloween update a month after Halloween, and this is a month after Christmas. So I mean, it is what it is. At least we're getting our seasonal updates. So this update did come with 12 new units, so that is a lot. But keep in mind, this did take how much? The last update, so this was January 19th. The last update was December 24th. So it did take around like was it over a month? I think it was like over a month or something around that, maybe less. But yeah, it definitely did take like 4 weeks plus. But it did have a lot of stuff in it, so I'm not even going to complain. So yeah, in this update, we did get 12 new units found in the Winter Banner, Portals game mode, and the Battle Pass, and also leaderboard rewards. So this is the first ever time we did get Portals, which I'll talk about in 2 seconds. So here are all the people we got. So the normal people we got was, we got Rogita. So he was the new Vanguard, the newest Vanguard. Also, if you guys don't already know, Anime Vanguards did say somewhere, I'm not really sure, I heard this on stage, they are going to be doing 4 Vanguard units per year. So they're going to be doing one like the first 3 months into a year, and then 6 months, 9 months, and then on the 12th month. So they're going to have 4 per year. Alright, so we already have 3. So I'm not really sure when the next one is going to come. So maybe like, well, it's already March, so we just got who? We just got Sun Jinwoo and Igris. So then our next one will probably be in like the next 3 months, which if you guys know what month that is, you know what month that is. But yeah, yeah, we had Gogeta, so, or Rogeta, whatever you want to call him. He's still really good in my opinion. Would I say he's the best character in the game? Probably not. Definitely a top 3 though, because he has a broken ability where he can literally move anywhere around the map. It also decreases SPA. His other passive, if he misses, it's like a 10% chance. His damage goes up. He also spawns a clone that does the same damage, so he's doing 2 times what his damage shows. Keep in mind, my Gogeta, I think, does like normal. I have Monarch on him. I got it in like 20 rerolls. I never made a video. Oh my god, I need to make a video on it. But we also had, what does he do? I think it was like 40k times 2, so he does like 80k DPS, maybe even more. Honestly, I'm just going off of my head. And this is no buffs, by the way. This is just pure Monarch Gogeta. We also got Emmy. So the rest of these, I'll name what rarity they are. So Emmy is from the banner. She's from the new Winter Banner. She's an exclusive. Sobaru. So this was the first ever Worldline unit. So we got him. He's a secret. He was a buff. I did play to like, I think, floor 40, and then I just never got him because I didn't want to do the rest of them. We also got Regna. So he was the secret from the portals. Still very meta. He's pretty complicated to use. His passives at first were very weird to like read and, you know, what's it called, decipher, but people know how to use him. If you don't know how to use him, you should watch a guide. We also got Faboko, she's an exclusive. We got Krem, he's an exclusive. We got Ramen Ram, very good, full AoE, very cheap, very good. There's 4 placement and they have abilities, so really good unit overall. You can still get them. So they were also an exclusive. And then we got Datara and Sorcery, so those were the 2 from the Battle Pass. Those were both exclusive. And then we got the leaderboard units. So we got Rodok, Seban, and Giyu. So these were all exclusive leaderboard and tournament units, which I don't know if you guys really care about because they're all terrible. They're mainly just going to be like for value whenever trading comes out. So if you guys do want to get those, make sure to do, you know, your tournaments. But yeah, this update did come out with a lot. So it came out with the new game mode, Portals. So you can go in here with anybody. You can go in with at least 4 people, which was pretty good because they were really hard, I'm not gonna lie. I think when it came out, they was it up to 5? Or no, I think it was always up to 10, and then they said they were gonna change it to only up to 5, and then I think it went back to 10. I think there's still tier 10s, right? I think it's still tier 10. But yeah, tier 10s are very hard. You can solo them, but you really needed Monarch, so it was really good to do with other people. There's also rewards, 3 gift boxes. I think it was like a small, medium, and large. They all gave different familiars. So the small one gave Doggo, the second one, the medium one, gave Sebamon, and then the third one, the best one, gave Padora. I have like so much of her, and she's really good. You can also get the secret portal unit, which is Regna, and then the winter currency, which you can buy like, I think, what was it, like 200 rerolls. There was so much you can get. This was like such a good update. We also got new winter units, new winter skins that boost the team damage and the currency. And then we also were introduced to sandbox mode. So this is really good for YouTubers that want to like showcase units. So you could just go into sandbox, you can add yen, you could skip waves, you could spawn enemies, you could use anything, put a monarch trait, you could do anything in there. It was pretty cool. We also got the boss event rerun, so Igris returned again. And then I think this is where they introduced the reruns where it would do like switch every week, where we'd have Igris, then Sukuna. Actually no, that was the next, I think that was the next update when Saber Alternate came out. So I'll talk about that in the next one. So we also got lobby and UI improvements. So oh my god, this was planned for a while. They completely redesigned the lobby. They made it a lot bigger, a lot nicer. The old one I do miss, but it was way too small. This one, it is so much nicer. It also has like these little check marks that you can click to just quick teleport. And the lobby just looks a lot cleaner. You could also toggle from night to day to also cycle, so it could go night and day. It was pretty cool. We got the unit manager updates. That looks nicer. We also got some new in-game update logs, so that's pretty good. We got unit XP fusing, so like how other games have, where you could just, you know, fuse units for XP instead of feeding them. So that's also good for like if you have a bunch of extra units. We also got the winter banner and the currency, which I talked about. So we got the one new Vanguard unit. We got 3 new secret skins. We got 4 new exclusive units, 4 new mythic skins, 3 new legendary skins, 1 new epic skin, and 1 new rare skin. So these are all pretty cool. You could also spend these on portals, so you could get the evolution items for the people you needed from the evolution shop, or not the evolution shop, the winter shop, which would be found. It's still in the game. It's found at just the play area, and it should just say event like above Ragna. You'll see him, like it's pretty. He's like just in the open. You also buy a frosty mount, so it's like a bike. It's actually very sick, but I think this costs like 25k or something. It was pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, oh my god, I'm running out of breath. There's so much in this update. We also got leaderboard updates. So 2 new exclusive units. So 1 switching through there. Before, I think it was still Mahito and Mekamaru, but it was finally new ones. We also got a new Worldlands leaderboard. We got, oh, so that wasn't in the last update. Never mind. So they just added the Worldland leaderboard. So last thing in update 2, I did say that they had it. I guess they didn't, but now they added it, where if you climb higher, you get rewards, you get rerolls, and then you get the shiny version of that Worldline unit that's at the time. We also got the Battle Pass reset, so we got 2 new exclusive units. I'm trying to think. Actually, no, it was Data Run Saucer, I already said. They're pretty mid. I feel like every Battle Pass unit that they do is terrible, except the new ones, which I'll talk about like in like maybe 10 minutes or something. But yeah, the newest ones are really good, David and Lucy, but these two were just pretty mid. We also got tournament titles, so if you got top 1, you can get a top 1 tournament champion. I have one for like, I think it was tournament number 3. It was like tournament champion, tournament number 3 or something. I don't know what it says, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's like tournament 3 champion or something. It looks pretty cool. It's like some golden text. I really like that. And then it was also top 2 to 5. There you get tournament contender. There's also the collection and enemy index milestones, which is, I like the collection because it was good. The enemy index milestones, you can get like over 140 rerolls or like 160. The thing is, it is impossible. I don't think I've seen anybody claim it. You need to kill every single boss from that map to claim 20 rerolls. I have like 300,000 kills on like so much stuff in there, and there's 1 boss missing from Namek. I've been playing since launch, and apparently I have not killed it. Even though I do infinite so much on there, somehow I've never killed it. And all the other maps, I don't even have all of the bosses there either. So like, I don't know what the chances of him spawning is, but I think it's like rigged or something, because I have never seen anybody claim a single page from that enemy index. But the collection was good. You get a bunch of like gems, I think. We also got the trophy exchange shop, where you could get emotes. You got the spectate mode option, so first person, third person, top down. So it's pretty cool if you were like doing a showcase video, if you're a YouTuber. We got the health stock system. So I think before, was it just health? I think it was just health. But now it was replaced by 3 stocks. So if an enemy goes in, 1 stock is lost, so you have 2, then 1, then 0. And if a boss goes on, you're insta dead. So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty cool addition. A lot of games usually just have HP and it scales with the hardest stages. I like how they do stocks though, because even if it's like a very high HP unit, like say something at like 200 mil and then your base had 500 HP, it was gonna insta kill you. But now that you have stocks, if a 500 mil enemy goes through, you'll still be alive unless it's a boss, which is pretty cool because I don't really see any other games doing that. There probably is other games that do that, but I can't really think of any by the top, like off the top of my head. We also got the hidden gateway, which was the portal that you get at floor 50. This is how you got Subaru. So you get a hidden gateway portal every time you get to floor 50 on, you know, each of the things, each of the word line, new like reset and stuff. And then we got new unit filters. And then just, oh my god, I can't read all this, bro. We just got a bunch of bug fixes and then a bunch of quality of life. Like every update, Anime Vanguards is somehow adding quality of life. I don't even know how. Like they've added so much quality of life, it's just kind of crazy. Like their game is it's so nice. There's so much quality of life features that just makes the game so smooth and so clean. But yeah, I mean, they're still adding some to this day somehow. I don't even know how. Like their dev team must like have the best brains, bro, because I can't even think any, like, the only one quality of life thing I would say they could add is auto upgrade, but then you could literally just go AFK and play the game like Anime Reborn and Anime Last Stand. Well, Anime Last Stand, their auto upgrade is freaking terrible, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. But yeah, that is like I highlighted like all the important stuff, and now I can honestly give my opinion. Oh my god, wow, I need water, I'm not gonna lie. I remember reading that update log on stream, and I had to read it back 3 times because people kept asking me. Oh my god, why do they make their update log so long? And I didn't even read all the quality of life and bug fixes. If I did that, I would be on the ground gasping for air. But oh my god, yeah, just overall, very good update. Was it my favorite? I said it was my favorite, right? I don't know, because they added update 3.5, 4, and then 4.5. So we only have 3 more updates to cover after this. So yeah, this video is definitely going to be an hour. At the recording time, it's at 44 minutes, but I'm not really sure. You guys can probably see how long it will be, because I still have to do the outro and everything too. But yeah, this was just a very good, very good update in my opinion. I don't know if this is like a very over-glazed rating, but I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I can't really see any flaws in it, except that honestly nothing. Like, it took 4 weeks, but we got so much content. So yeah, 10 out of 10. This is the first ever 10 out of 10 update I'm gonna give to Anime Vanguards. You guys did an amazing job. If any devs are watching this, highly doubt it, but yeah, it was just a very good update. But yeah, that is update 3 or 3.0. So on to update 3.5. On February 2nd, we got the Saber Boss Rush update 3.5. And this update, in my opinion, really good. It was a really good update. This update took like, what, 3 weeks? And what did we get? We got 4 new units. So we got Saber Alternate, we got Sokoro, we got Isdeath, or Esdeath, and then we got Lilia and Berserker. It's just Lilia, I guess you could say. But yeah, basically nobody cares about Lilia. All we care about is Saber Alternate and Esdeath. Sokora was just like a pretty mid, buff unit. She was just not the best. But yeah, the main stuff in this update was the boss event. So we got the Saber Alternate boss event. So we got a new servants mechanic. So if you craft a evolution item and then you sacrifice it, you can like get a servant. So you can summon a servant in game. So I think some games have this where like it's like a little menu inside of the boss event where if you click it, it pops up and you can pick a servant to pick from. On default, you get Berserker, I think it was, and you could like drop him and he kills everything around him instantly. But what you wanted was the Saber one. Because how this worked was, I've never seen this in any game. On wave 10, 20, and 30, I think it was, I think an AWE boss spawns or something like that. Oh my god, I made a video on this and I kept saying AWE, 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 oh my god. I'll probably like sneak some clips and stuff into this video or something, but it was so annoying. But yeah, basically at wave 10, 20, and 30, a boss would spawn that would turn all your sabers. So you would need saber for this, so normal saber. So this was all to get Saber Alternate, alright? So keep this in mind, this is all how you get Saber Alternate. But yeah, you'd have to place your sabers down, and then there's a 0.75 chance that would turn to Saber Alternate, and then it would pop on your screen that you got her. So with the servant as Saber, you can have 6 of her down. So that's a what? 0.75 times 6, you guys can do the math. I think it was like around a 4% chance or something like that. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I've never seen any other game really do that. There's probably a game that has done that, but honestly, I think Anime Vanguards did it very good. They implemented it into a boss event, and honestly, it was a pretty hard boss event. I remember it released and a lot of people were struggling on it because they didn't really like get how it worked. You have to kill that boss. You have to kill that AWE boss, or the Saber main boss would like, she would have a lot more HP if you didn't kill it. Like, you would have to, you know, survive the consequences of not killing the boss. But yeah, we got the boss event thing, so we got a overhaul of just the boss event. So we got new difficulties. You can also play normal or elite. There's a leaderboard, and then I think you get rerolls or stuff. Honestly, I've never done elite, and I really do not care for it. I don't really care for leaderboard runs, like the infinite leaderboard runs and story leaderboard runs. I really do not care. The only thing I do is really just tournaments and all the other reroll methods. I'm not trying to find a team for those. I'm just gonna be totally honest. Yeah, we also got the boss event cycle. So like I said, I think I said in the last update that I was covering, 3.0, that I was gonna talk about this. So yeah, we got its cycles. I think it was like every week. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, every week. So we would get the Aegis one, the Sukuna one, and then the Saber one. These were the only 3 in the game, and they're the only 3 we have right now. I think it was like 65 rerolls, like, yeah, I think 65 or like 70. It was around that. You can get like that every week. It was so good, but now it's sadly only 40. They did have to go down because it was a very OP reroll method. But, you know, it is what it is. At least we get free rerolls, guys. We should be fortunate. Unlike my bad. Sorry, I'm a little sick. But yeah, we also got public matchmaking, which I've always hated public matchmaking in a lot of games because 1, there's leechers, 2, there's just terrible kids, not even leeching. They're trying their hardest, but their units are just bad. And then 3, you just get, you know, it's just not good. You know, it's just not the best. Just play with your friends. If you don't have friends, just solo this stuff. It's pretty easy. We also got the world lines reset, so we got a new thing. So it was Ed's death, and this is where they announced that it would be every 0.5 update that it resets, which I already told you guys. So for example, it would be like 4.5, it would reset, and then 5.5 it would reset, and then 6.5 it would reset. So every 0.5 update. So going forward, they're gonna be doing a 0.5 between each update. So it's gonna be like a 0.5 and then a 0.5. If you know what I mean. Like, we're gonna get like 4.5, then 5, then 5.5, then 5, or then 6, then 6.5, then 7, and so on and so on. We also got the Sand Village remake. I don't know why they had to do this. I like the old one too, but this one is a lot better. I will say this remake is a lot better. The Dynamic one, I still prefer the older one, but this Sand Village remake is a lot nicer. We also got the player quest line. So this is for new players. So you would get rewarded with Vegeta. In my opinion, the best mythic in the game, best starter mythic. I remember the game came out, people hated on him, and then they finally realized how busted his passives like really were. Like, he was crazy at the time, and he still is. Like, he's still really good. People use him. I still think he's an S tier character to go for. You don't even have to go for him. You literally get him for free for starting the game. So yeah. We also got a bunch of quality of life changes, and then bug fixes, of course, which I won't get into. This video is getting very long. It is definitely gonna hit an hour. I'm at the 50-minute mark, and I'm gonna have a lot of editing ahead of me, so yeah, I'm gonna have fun. But yeah, onto the rating. I'll give this update a solid 8 out of 10. It was a good update. It was kind of a mini update, so I mean, you can't really expect too much from it. But yeah, they delivered pretty good. Didn't take too long. Added a bunch of units. I really like Saber Alternate. I don't use her personally, but she is a good unit. She has some cool effects, probably the coolest effects in the entire game. Like, I saw people making TikToks saying like, this is an anime tower defense game. Like, wow, the effects are actually crazy. It looks like it would be like a real game. Like, I can tell the devs took their time with it. But yeah, that's really it for update 3.5. So on to update number 4. On February 24th, so pretty recent, so this was about a month ago, we got the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War update 4.0. And oh my god, I know I did say update 3 was my favorite. I might have to change it. I actually might have to change it. I think update 4 was my favorite. I'm not being biased because I got shiny Yuha, but yeah, it was just a good update, honestly. It was just a good update. I'm just joking, bro. But yeah, for real, it was a really good update. We got 12 units in, what was this, February 24th? I think the last update was February 2nd. So they took, what, 4 weeks, 3 weeks? I think it was like 4 weeks for 12 new units. And oh my god, I'm gonna yap longer than 3. I am losing my voice, if you guys cannot tell. I have not been drinking water. I need a cup of water, but I want to get this video over with. Oh my god. Okay, let's get into it, guys. So 12 new units. So you can get these all from summoning the banner, completing the battle pass, and playing through the new game modes and events. So we got David and Lucy, which I talked about. the best battle pass units, and Haruka Rin, I guess. But Lucy is hands down the best battle pass unit we have ever gotten, and I'm gonna talk more about her in like 2 seconds. We also got Aizen, Yuhaba, Yamamoto. Those 3 are secrets. David and Lucy are exclusives. We got Gazelle, Ichigo, Kenpachi, Kisuke, Orihime, and Uryu. Those were all the mythics. So yeah, let's get into it. David, pretty good. I've seen one with Monarch doing 40k for a battle pass unit. 40k is actually really crazy. Lucy, she is super meta because she nullifies anything. So in the new game mode, which I'll talk about, she can completely nullify Yuhaba, which makes her very busted, and just anything, she just stops a bunch of stuff. She just nullifies enemies. She's just really good, and she's really cheap to get to. We got Aizen, very OP ability, very good, one of the best units in the game. Yuhaba, personally my favorite, no bias, totally not because I have Monarch on him, but Yuhaba is just super good. One of the most unique abilities we have ever gotten, where he switches, so the more placements you have down around him, so you could either buff or debuff. You're never going to be using the buff. Like, what's the point of buffing people when you could just debuff and get like so much DPS? I think my Monarch one with my Yuhaba team, I think he does about like 60k DPS, like 500k every 7 seconds. And it's a multi-hit, full AoE, just with like 200 range, which is just crazy. Keep in mind, he's probably doing even more DPS because he's a full AoE. But yeah, he's just very broken. I think he's the best unit in the game, in my opinion. Actually, there's one unit coming in the next update that might be better than him. But yeah, we also got Yamamoto, most broken infinite unit in my opinion. If you have Monarch, you can spawn up to millions of HP as summons. We got Gazelle, another summoner. Ichigo, very good, honorable mention. He's a very good unit. We got Kenpachi, he was good. Kisuke, mid. Orihime, she was terrible. And then Uryu, he had a cool passive. He has unlimited range as long as his range is not in the enemy of people. So you want to put him on the edge of the map. But his damage output was terrible. So, I mean, he was terrible. Okay, so the new game mode, we got rifts. So rifts are pretty similar to portals, I'd say. This thing is a global event though, and they did say on stage that they're going to keep these in the game, so this is a permanent game mode, but they are going to change the units. So we did get a rift shop, which I'm going to talk about in like literally right now. So basically what rifts are is just a new game mode. You go in with, I think, could you go in with 6 people? I think it was 6 people, right? You go in with 6 people, which I'm just saying now, if you didn't have a Monarch, you really needed to go in with 6 people. I can solo it, but barely. Keep in mind, I have Monarch Saber, literally one of the strongest units, Monarch Gogeta, one of the strongest, and Monarch Yuhaba, one of the strongest. So I have probably the strongest team I could take, like the 3 strongest units in the game. They're not like, those 3 are not specifically the best, but they are the top in the top 5, at least the top 10 strongest units, and they all had Monarch on them. And I still struggle. Like, the last boss has 12 million HP, and this is why I was saying Lucy was good, because he pops an ability where he goes invincible, where you can't damage him, and then Luffy completely nullifies, or not Luffy, oh my god, Lucy completely nullifies it, and then you could damage him. So yeah, rifts are pretty hard. You do need a lot of people to do it, unless you have some good friends with Monarchs, then you could like duo it. Yeah, you could definitely duo it. I usually just trio it with me and my friends. And yeah, basically, like I said, it was a global event, so the more stuff everybody does, the faster they spawn. So basically, they spawn every 3 hours, but they can spawn faster if you guys summon, use gems, or that's literally what I just said. So if you summon, if you, is it use gold? I think it's that. I think it's like get kills. I think there's like 4 things or something, and then there's like playtime, I think. Honestly, I'm literally just making this up, I'm not gonna lie. It's something like that though. Oh wait, oh my god, it's right here. Wait, what am I saying? You can get it by clearing waves, spending gold, re-rolling traits, and then more. Okay, so that's it, my bad guys. The rift unit is Yuhaba, so I got him without a stone. So the rift shards that you get, there's a rift shop. So you can get a new familiar. There's Gon, which is like the little teddy bear, the orange guy, like the line. And then there is Pachira, so the little guy, or the little girl that Kenpachi always has on her, like she's always on his shoulder. But she's really good. She's really good. They're both really good in my opinion. Like, those are really good familiars that you guys should buy. I don't even have them, honestly. I haven't been doing rifts. But yeah, you also get rerolls and then a Vow Stone. So for 500 currency, you can get a Vow Stone, which guarantees you to get Yuhaba, because he is a 2%. But I got so lucky. I got him shiny without a Vow Stone. I don't know what the chance that is, like 0 point something 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 to get a shiny, and then I got it without a Valstone. Oh my god, that's really lucky. But yeah, I also have 2 other that I got without Valstones. I just got pure luck by doing rifts. So I have 3 Yuhabas, 1 shiny Monarch, and then the 2 I don't even use. I'll probably trade them because he is going to be a limited secret, because he is going to be rotating when they do add a new rift unit. We also got a new story mode, so we got the Spirit Society. So yeah, 6 new acts, normal or nightmare. We got 2 new evolution items in the stage. So 1 for Kampachi, and then the other was for Kisuke. We also got a new legend stage, so Kunishiya Palace. So yeah, there's I think 3 of that, and then I think you get Yamamoto from the 3rd one. So just like Egress, he was a 0.7 chance. It was Egress all over again. It was a nightmare, but I got him overnight. I got it pretty easily. He was just, it wasn't that hard to get. I think I did like 70 runs, and yeah, I was just grinding with my friends, and then I got him. That was pretty good. We also got new portals. So I asked this on stage, and they said they were gonna make this a new battle pass, like an event battle pass. I asked if they were ever gonna add event battle passes, and they actually said this was supposed to be an event battle pass. So the Valentine's Day thing. So the new portals and the currency. This is supposed to be an event battle pass, but they just made it an event shop. So it was just like portals up to tier 10. You'd get these chocolates, and then you also get evolution for Gazelle. So it was just really good. I think you could buy like, I think it was 100 rerolls, or was it 200? I think it was 100. So that was like the only good thing in it. You could also buy Gazelle, the Aura chair, and then I don't know. It was just a limited shop. It's still in the game. I still need to get the Eyes and Aura chair. I mean, I don't really care too much for it, but I might as well get it as it's gonna be exclusive. There is also, actually no, that was basically it. Honestly, the portals are also hard. I say it's like, is it hard? I think it's a little bit easier than the winter ones, but yeah, it's 4 players. You need at least 2 people to do it, since it is a Valentine's event. So if your girlfriend and you play Anime Vanguards, which I highly doubt anybody that plays Anime Vanguards has a girlfriend, bro. Come on now. But yeah, you could just play with her if you want, or you just play with your friends. I usually just play with my other friends and just carry them. But yeah, it's pretty easy. We also got, actually I already talked about the Rift Shop and Love Shop, so we got that. I covered everything that was in it. And then we got the new battle pass. I already covered who was in it, so we got Lucy and David, really good units. We got a revamped cosmetic system, so you could pick individual things. So you could pick the aura, the effects. Actually, I just said that. So you could pick the effects, the model, and then the pose. So I think mine right now is okay. I mean, you guys, if you guys are watching this and you've already played update 4.5, then you'll know this. I'm using the Sunjinwoo shiny thing, so I'm in a suit. I have the model in the pose, and then my effects is the Alucard effect. And then they also just added in the newest update that you could save your cosmetics into like a locker, which is pretty nice. But yeah, update 4, the rest of it is just quality of life changes and then bug fixes, and then that's really it. But yeah, overall, one of my favorite updates. I really love this update. I'm gonna give it another 10 out of 10. This was probably my favorite update. Update 4 and update 3 were definitely my favorites. I'm not gonna say who was better. Honestly, they were both really good. They both added 12 units each. They're just very good updates overall, and as you guys can see, their player count went up, so obviously they were good updates. But yeah, that is update 4.0. So on to the last update of the video, guys. Alright guys, the last update of the video. Oh my god, you don't know how long this video has taken me. It has been days of sitting on my ass editing this. Please subscribe if you have made it this far. If you guys have made it this far and you've watched for an hour, you guys are some dedicated people, bro. I actually appreciate you. I love you guys so much for staying. But it did take me a long time, so I'm expecting people to watch all the way through. But yeah, this update came out on March 16th. So this was like, what, 9 days ago? So it literally just came out. Very, very good update, I'm just going to say so far. So we got 3 new units, alright? This update came with the Vanguard evolution. So this was the first ever double evolution, which we got for Sunjinwoo and Egress. So basically what they did was they just mixed Sunjinwoo and Egress with, oh my god, the quests are so bad. This is worse than Valentine, which I'm going to get into, but I'm going to read everything else first before I actually explain how you evolve into the Vanguard version. So we also got the dungeon unit, Choi Jun-in, the S rank from solo leveling. If you've read it or watched it, he's I don't even have him, so I can't really give my opinion, but I've seen some showcases. He looks pretty good. We also got Freerin, so she's the new Worldline unit, and people are saying she's really good. I've seen her with Monarch doing 80k DPS, but I mean her passives are very complicated, so I don't know if you're always going to be doing that much. It's kind of weird, but yeah. We got the new dungeon in currency. So we got new dungeons. I think the last dungeon was the Halloween update, so that was update 1.5 or an update 4.5, so that was a bit ago. But yeah, we got a new dungeon. We got the Ant Island dungeon. So from doing this, if you guys saw the sneak peeks, and I made a couple videos on it, it was like a weird image of like paths. Some people, like AB Plays, thought it was a skill tree. In my opinion, I thought it was a path, like a bunch of paths, like the Hollow Mirrors from Anime Defenders. But then he kind of persuaded me, and I switched up. And then I should have just trusted my gut. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's like I think it's like there's 4 paths, and then they all split, so it's like 8, and then it keeps multiplying, and it's just a bunch of ants coming at you, and you have to defend the middle, and it's just very hard. I think it's what, 30 waves. It's just like the what's it called, the old dungeon, so the 1.5 update Ddon one. So you get to pick cards, so you can pick from all the cards. So the King's Burden, there's a new one, Exterminator, which is the best. You get 50% damage boost every like hole that's open, so the more holes that open, which is where the ants come from, the more damage you do, which is very broken. Like my Yuhaba on there does like I think he does like 1.5 mil damage in there, like over 100k DPS. He's crazy. And my Godita is like 160k DPS. He does crazy damage. He does like 1.3 mil, and then that's times 2 because he spawns a clone. It is just crazy. That like, oh my god, that card is so broken. And then there's of course the buffs and debuffs and stuff, and I think they added like a couple new ones, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, it is pretty hard. You can solo it, of course, but it is a lot easier to do with friends. Everything in this game is easier to do with friends. Anime Vanguards devs encourage you to, find new people. You can also do online matchmaking if you don't have friends, of course. But if you guys do ever want to play with me, and just, join the Discord server down below. Link will be down below if you want to join that. You guys can just text me if you guys want to play, if I'm ever free. I'm usually not free because I'm editing or I'm playing Marvel Rivals or other games. But yeah, if I'm ever free, you guys can ever shoot me a DM or just ping me in the server, and I'll get back to you, hopefully. But yeah, we got new tunnel mechanics, we got new starter cards, we got a red key. So this is actually the start of how you evolve Sun Wu, which I'll get into at the end. We got the new dungeon shop, so you get 100 rerolls, you get a new familiar, a new mount, a red jewel evolution, stat chips, and then yeah, I mean that's really it. We also got new boss bounties, so if you talk to a guy in the play area, you can get up to 10 rerolls for free by just playing stages. And yeah, it's 10 every day, it resets every day, and it's a very good addition. That's a permanent 10 rerolls every day, plus the 40 every week. I'm going to make a reroll video, like an updated update 4.5 video, the best way to get rerolls. You can get so much per week. Oh my god, it's going to be crazy. Like, I'm going to show you guys literally every single video. But yeah, there's that. Also got the mailbox, so it's an in-game mailbox that just texts you stuff. So if you're not on their Discord server, it'll text you all the new stuff of like their new updates and everything that's going on, bug fixes and everything. We also got the cosmetics loadout, which I talked about in the last segment, where I said that you could just save your cosmetics. So if you want like one loadout where you have like a specific cosmetic combination that you like, you can put that there, you can save it, and then go make another one. And then if you want to go back to your old one, you can just load it, and then yeah, you can just switch back between each of them. We also got the Worldline Season 3 with Freerin, so Esdeath is no longer available. She was super meta, probably the best slow and time stop in the game in my opinion. Like, she was just very broken, like, oh my gosh, she was so broken. But yeah, that basically covers like all the main stuff. The rest of it is just new achievements, new cards, just quality of life, and then bug fixes. And yeah, that is mainly everything. So now on to how to actually evolve Sun Wu. So this is the first ever double evolution they ever added. So first, you would need to get a red key. So either you could buy it for the shop for like 2,000 keys, which nobody was doing, way too much. You get like 30 per run if you pick all buffs. So basically, it's a 10% chance. So you need to get that. After that, you need to kill Biru 50 times. So you need to do that raid 50 times, which each of those raids was like 20 minutes. So keep in mind, this took hours and days. I'm pretty sure they said in their Discord, a guaranteed time to get it was 28 hours of grinding, which is, oh my god. I mean, for a free Vanguard, it's worth it. But it's just a lot of grinding at the end of the day, especially if you like don't have all the time in the world to grind. It's just a lot. It's a lot of grinding. But yeah, we got that. After that, you would have to summon 5k shadows from Sunjin Woo, and then I think no, before that you would need to sacrifice 30 mythics, then the 5k summons, and then you sacrifice Egress, and that was it. And then you get the Elixir of Life, you can evolve him to the Vanguard, and then boom, that was it. You got your first ever Vanguard unit, Sunjin Woo and Egress. But oh my god, this video is an hour long. Holy crap, if that doesn't show you dedication, I don't know what does. Please subscribe, guys, it will help my sanity so I don't ever have to edit for this long again. But if you guys did enjoy, I am so down to make more quality content. It will take like another week though, just like this. I'm gonna be editing for a while. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy learning about the history of Anime Vanguards, the rise, fall, and rise again. But yeah, I mean, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.